Hello there everyone, and welcome back to Round 2 Total War. Today is a little bit different. We're not doing Caesar and Gaul, but instead we're taking a look at a mod from the Steam workshop, namely Amazonia. So the reason why I'm taking a look at this is just the same reason as why we're kind of doing Caesar and Gaul, is I was asked by the actual mod creator to make a video. And the same thing here, I was approached by the maker of Amazonia, which was, I believe, Genesis. And there's also a second reason, because if you're not aware, Total War actually released a new saga title, which is the sort of where they do specific campaigns of certain areas, sort of like what was it called? The Kings of Thrones of Britannia was one of those saga titles. So they're doing one which is gonna feature the Siege of Troy, I guess it's the Iliad. So I thought it would be fitting to do a kind of mod that was set in mythology. So let's talk about this mod then. And its bases come out of Greek mythology, which is the tribe of the Amazons. So if you're not familiar, it was a tribe, or this myth of a tribe, that was all female warriors. It was what's called matriarchy, where the women are in control in society. And yeah, this mod goes into them, and it's gonna be, as far as I understand from the creator, it's gonna be a full conversion in that. If you go over here to campaign, you can see that you can play Grand Campaign, which is we're going to do a little bit right now. But then also you can see that all the other campaigns have been kind of blanked out, except for Caesar in Gaul, which is now called Helen in Gaul. So you can kind of get an idea. It's he's gonna change all of this out for being instead completely about the Amazons. So I mean, I'm not a particular fan of the Amazons, but I really like the idea of doing kind of a mythology sort of total war, which I think would be really interesting. And hopefully that is what this I can't remember what it's called. It's called Troy or something. The thing is, I saw the trailer just now. Anyways, we're gonna play a little bit of the campaign, show you guys this, and see if you dig it. Then you should definitely support this mod creator. As it is, you can play as all the normal ones, but why would you do that when you specifically download this to play as the Amazons? And they are over here. So you can't, maybe it's not that easy to tell where exactly this is, but this is above the Black Sea. So I think on the map here, it's if we go back, it's this Ponto region which the Amazons hold. And there's 3 kinds of Amazons, because they've split into 3 kingdoms. We have the Amazon Defectors, which hold this region right here. They hold a single region as far as I've seen. I haven't actually played it too much. Then we've got the main, they hold 2 here, and then we have Nova Amazonia, which is to the north, and I haven't read too much into the actual backstory, but there's some kind of dispute in between these two. And then this one is kind of, it's a vassal basically of the main one, so you can call upon their arms if necessary. And you can still have a male soldier, but most of the units are female. And there's also been quite a bit of changes to other stuff. I'm not going to go into all of it. I think it's going to be more interesting. Maybe if you're really interested, then you can find it out. So it's changed around, I think, building structures and stuff like that. But with that said, I think we have enough of introduction. So let's go ahead and go straight into the campaign, shall we? Right, so we've joined in at the campaign, and we start off with 2 territories. As it's said in the start of the campaign, it's a rather difficult starting position. As far as I have gathered from trying to play this, before. I should mention here the mod was, as I've tested it out, it's a little bit unstable. It has crashed for me a number of times on end turn. But yeah, we're gonna go through here a little bit. So you have all kinds of workshops and stuff. I don't know, the thing is, I'm not too familiar with Rome to itself, so I'm not entirely sure how much has been changed. But we can go ahead and take a look at some of the units, because those we definitely know that they've changed. So here we've got our queen, and she's actually, I saw this, she's actually married to Leonidas. So I'm not entirely sure if it is that, oh, I can suicide him for some reason. Is that a feature in normal Rome? I don't think this is added, so it's probably a normal weird feature. Leonidas, I'm not entirely sure if that means like Leonidas, or if it's just a coincidence that this guy is called Leonidas. He's gonna poison a wife, which means -2 public order, which seems rather bad, and her husband is a poison. Both of them likes poison, which I guess we can see why the Defectors defected if these guys are poisoning people left and right. It's a mad power couple poisoning everyone. So I guess we can kind of see why the Defectors left in that regard. I think there's also, as I'm trying to remember, because I tried to do this a few like a week ago, but it crashed and I couldn't be bothered because I had so much else to do at that time. But I think it's changed around so you can trade. There's more resources to trade, like you can trade grain and stuff. But you know what? I think we want to see battle, and then we can call it a day. And then if you like it, you can go ahead and find it on the Steam Workshop. So it's the Amazonia. And there's a few ones called Amazonia, but this is the one made by Genesis. Oh, I realized these are... I wonder if that's their... or if that's their actual culture, because the Amazons have a specific culture. So if we go through here... So we have Amazonian culture and then 30% nomadic culture. So I wonder if this region... if they are different because they moved away, because I know there was difference in between the factions. Like the Defectors have picked up like local armor stuff and not something. And also, I think at the start these Amazonians are supposed to be more barbarian-like, and then as you progress through the technology tree, they will sort of take on more of the Greek style of armor and stuff like that as they're expanding into the Greek kingdoms and principalities or whatever you have it. Anyways, I think I'm gonna go ahead and just cut here, and then we're gonna go to battle. What I found is the most useful strategy, because the enemy comes pretty quickly and they come with a 20 stack, is you've got a bridge here over a river, which is the only place they can cross. So, since most likely you're gonna have a smaller force than the enemy, then it's really good to take them on here at the start. So that is what I'm probably gonna do. But with that, I'm gonna end turn, and I'm gonna see you guys once it's time for battle. And there we have it. We are now drawn into battle against the Defectors, and they bring a mighty force, quite much larger than us. They outnumbers us by about 1,000 soldiers. Similar in setup, they have quite a few mercenaries though. Some mercenary men of Amazonia. I have some men as well. I have some levied men, and I don't... yeah, that's about it. There's some town militia I got as well. Right. We're at the bridge. We're hoping to hold it. We'll see how that goes. There's a lot of them. So, also, in my setup here, I actually got the Crimeans to declare war on me as well. Or I got them. They did declare war on me, and that's like one of the only trade partners you have in the start. and they decided to declare war on me. So I really didn't have the greatest of starts here. But we'll see if we can turn it around with a rather great battle. So without further ado, let's draw into combat. And here we have the river splitting the two Amazonian forces. Our most righteous queen must bring order to her realm and then see to put down the Crimeans as well. Right, so there's two places to cross, over here and then over at the bridge. And the thing is, I've already played this campaign as testing it out, so I know that I have to defend both places. Normally, as I normally play Empire and Napoleon, they usually always cross here. But the bridges aren't actually that crap in Rome 2. They're actually surprisingly good. I mean, in Empire and Napoleon, you would only have like one of these to walk across, making the bridges utterly stupid to even use. Anyways, let's take a look at our units. So we got some light cavalry right here. Right. And I got these cone things on their heads. Can maybe zoom in on them a little bit. So note something here that I was kind of worried when I heard it was a mod made about the Amazonians, is I thought it was gonna be all about the décolletage, as you will, that it was gonna be one of those kinds of mods, but clearly it isn't. And if we go further, actually it's even more visible. Was that a bunch of sheep? What? Rocks. No, there we go. Oh, some wild boar. It's even more visible that it's not about the décolletage as we go over to the heavily armored and look at their armor. So you would expect it to be kind of typical boob armor, but clearly it's not. So here we got the heavily armored ones, and we got some slingers in the back, ready to sling for their lives. And then we've got these wretched men, this militia of conscripted dudes with... that dude has a bowler hat. A Greek one, with those Greek... I don't know what that's called. Right. And they're led by a woman with a bee on her shield. She's the queen bee. Right, and then we go across here, where we have... I think these are the lighter infantry units, as they're not as well armored as the other women. And then behind them we've got the archers, which are a little bit more dressed. They actually, some of them got pants compared to the slingers. Pretty nice all around. And then if we go back, we've got the queen herself somewhere. There she is. I don't know what the thing is with her eyes. She's like, oh, and she's lost one of her, both her arms actually, or both her hands. She's ghost hands. Right, and there we've got the Spear Sisters. So definitely gonna need a unit with spears. Could call her Britney Spears. Wow, okay. No one? Yes. Right. Let's see. I looked over all the units. Let's go ahead and start the battle then. I'm gonna slow-mo. Oh! You know what? They have fooled me, and they've sent their entire force over to the crossing. The light infantry... That puts me in kind of a bad situation, because I have put... Wait, you were not supposed to go there. Ah, they're gonna send the reinforcement over the bridge. Clever bastards. They've got some cavalry that we need to be worried about. We also need to be worried about that they've got loads of skirmishers. And as the battle commences here, I can imagine... Do I have time to send my cavalry over the bridge? So, we can see that these guys are a little bit different. They have a little bit different style, I think. Or maybe that was just what I thought. These look kind of the same, just that they're red. I would need a Age of Empire priest to turn them around. To go Vololo. Because that was happening in ancient time. These, they have men to on cavalry. That seems rather barbarish. And they've got town militia. I never actually recruited any of these. But I did have the technology, so don't put me down for that. You know what? I should really make my way to stop them coming across the bridge. I'm gonna put the wretched men up front. And we're gonna put the slingers over here. Better move the queen up. So hopefully we can win one of the fights before the other one commences. Okay, so the archers should be in range and should be able to pepper these lightly armored. These guys are lightly armored. Should try to hit these. Ooh, I like this one. Kind of ish. Or it looked good from far. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. With that covered face. If you can have that one in bronze as well, that would be pretty cool. Looks pretty neat. They're arranged. Oh, there we go. Now our arrows are starting coming this way. They only have a slight shield on their arm there, so they should be pretty good targets for our archers. That one just bounced on a bloody face. Right, let's go back to normal speed. It looks like the reinforcement army is not going to go over the bridge at all. And the enemy seems to be content in sitting there waiting for the reinforcements to get there, which I'm not totally surprised at, because they do outnumber us, and the more men they can pile on, the better. Or the more women, I should say. So they're actually sending a few troops over. The thing is, I don't think we're going to need everyone, so I'm going to send over a heavy unit to run all the way over there. Probably going to tire them out. Mercenary Spear Horse. We'll have the men charge in first and try to stop these. Keep them on the bridge. Then the heavy infantry comes in to completely block the enemy cavalry from coming in. And the good thing here is, with the alignment of the bridge, or with the alignment here, you can see that the stones are flying like that. So we're getting a direct sort of royal archers. So these you can kind of see that they've got a different style of kind of headgear. Looks like they got a what's it called? A bucket on their head. So bucket lords. Okay, the enemy is crossing over on this side. I shouldn't be watching that side too much. It's going fairly well though for our Amazons, given that we've been charged head on. And I'm just going to send these in, especially the spear ladies. I'm going to inspire the center unit. One of their light cavalry is already routing. We've got one unit there that I need to stop. So I'm sending over my light cavalry. And we've got a fight going on here, but I guess this one's definitely more important. So we got our Amazons here cutting down these ladies, taking them down from their horses, taking them down from the high horse. And then the fight rages on across this little ridge. See if I can get a kill move somewhere here. So there's a bunch of ladies fighting each other. Just cut that one down from their horse. Oh, General! Oh, look at that. We have been able to kind of outflank them on this side. Let's see where their heavy infantry comes in. I'll send them in and we'll push on this flank. Hopefully the center holds. Some units are lost up to half. It seems that the center is the most exposed side.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
The one side that we have kind of the most problem. And I've got a lot of units here pushing in here. what's it happening over here? Is that the wretched men are losing. God damn it. I knew we shouldn't have sent them in. Oh, wait, did he just... So I guess this works if you're, you know what? We can send in one of the heavy infantry and kind of hold while the other one is in reserve. Got lots of those stones flying in. Okay, now the heavy infantry is coming in here. Hopefully we can kind of turn this around. Our cavalry is engaged with the enemy cavalry, but there's also some spears there. Ah, Amazonian infantry are breaking, so my left side is breaking. I want to pull back my archers. I'm gonna send in the heavy infantry over here. Bunch of shitty cavalry over there. Gonna send in the archers. We do have levied men. The enemy general is dead. That's nice. Also, I noticed my general is almost about to be dead. But I'll move her. What we're gonna do is we're gonna set up here. I think we're gonna inspire her ourselves. And then we're gonna throw her in to what is now become an exposed flank on the enemy as the enemy is rolling up our flank. So we need to save that. By charging in and inspired, we should do quite the impact. Stay away from the spears. There's quite a lot of levied men and weaker Amazon units. I seem to have overextended over here, where I do think most of the reason why I'm kind of losing there is because of all their missile units more than anything. So the Queen went in, actually lost quite a bit of a bodyguard. This is a losing fight. We should see to leave here actually and regroup with the others. So this fight is a losing fight at this crossing. We should stay to hold these for as long as possible. But it's quite clear that the river crossing was lost. And I need to pull back from that. Let's see if we can't save everyone and kind of pull back away from this fighting.
An entire unit has perished.
We might have to leave some as rear guard. I'm gonna send in the Queen just to inspire the ones that has to be left as rear guards here.
A unit is running from the battlefield.
Make sure that these ladies hold as we regroup over the bridge. So tough fighting here. We unfortunately have to sacrifice this unit to save the bulk of the army. And as we go over here, we need to make sure that we can win here. We need to win. Okay, another enemy general has died. Oh, these ladies. These iron ladies fight on bravely. And just as I said that, they actually leave. Nobody nice at all. I think this one's gonna lose her head, possibly. Oh no, she got stabbed in the belly. Right, but a large part of the army, a large part of what was left was being saved. Okay, the slingers are out of ammo. What I need to do is I need to push through here. I need to power through here so we can take up position on the other side of the bridge and hold that against them. So I'm gonna send in the reserve and we're gonna send the exhausted ones back.
An entire unit has perished.
And hoping to get Penelope the remnants of her Royal Cavalry to get rid of that. We got light cavalry coming in at close. Very close. We need to prepare. And we do still have some archers, and we'll turn them that way. If necessary, I can use the slingers just to hold the enemy back. I think we need to inspire this unit. Okay. We need to push across. There's some Amazonian infantry there, so the 2 heavy units need to cross. And we'll cross with the slingers as well. They don't have any ammo left. Which is kind of strange, because I would imagine there's ammo everywhere. But that wouldn't work in a game setting, would it? I want to avoid sending in the queen too much. I inspire that unit, and hopefully they hold against the enemy. And the missiles will hold over there. Can I get this one to shoot down these? The Amazonian Lancers just crushed in that unit over there. And I have nothing really to protect these. Okay, we are kind of crossing at this point. Penelope and his guard is back. And these will hold while these will move to capture. No, the other way around. That way we go. Kind of became dark for a little bit there. The Amazonian Lancers are catching up to my archers, but they're wearing off just kind of in time. You will do as I say and will charge cross. Okay, Penelope's guard was defeated, and our army was able to cross and was saved. We're gonna set up on this side, and we're gonna spank this unit, which they're not very happy. I'm gonna inspire the ladies, and as these idiots kind of spread out their unit, gonna have a little bit of a charge and hopefully break them pretty soon. These Amazonians probably do quite well. Archers, ready ourselves, shoot down the cavalry which is coming over, and we were victorious there. Set up as a reserve, and then the queen will be on the side overwatching the situation. So our heavy cavalry pretty easily stopped these units, and given the angle of the archers there, just shooting these guys in the face. Oh, and their own units are shooting them in the back. Their cavalry got utter murdered. Not a single one seemed to have survived. Long live Amazonia! And anyone trying to cross, shield wall. Try to avoid getting completely destroyed here by enemy archers. For some reason they're shooting at the second unit and not the first one. And here come the men. They're getting shot to pieces, followed by Dacian spear mercenaries. And then we've got some other mercenary units and men of Amazonia. They're all really tired. The problem here is going to be the enemy archers now when we have to chase them down. So unlike the enemy, I still have my general left, which I think is going to do a big difference in the long run. We only have one archer unit left that still has shots. The other missile units can move back. focusing in on this one, and we broke it before it reached. And then you see if you can shoot across, maybe. You know what? No. What I will do is I will move to the flank. We will use Flaming Shot. Flaming Shot reduces morale of enemy units. Firing Flaming Shot into the flank. Okay, we're gonna send in the reserve as well. It doesn't look too good for the main line, but look at the enemy. So with a few arrows we have left, we're gonna make sure... Get in there. Get in there then, you bastards. We're gonna focus in on the most broken down unit over there. The Dacian men. What are you doing? Just go in there. And you can see the morale debuff that they all get for getting flaming fire at them. So that's kind of breaking them down. Why is the second unit unwilling to join in the fight? The problem here is how I'm gonna follow this victory up. Maybe it's too early to call it a victory. I mean, the line is getting really thin up front, 46, and I don't know why the reserve unit decided to run underneath the bridge like a bunch of trolls. But now I'm sending in the lightly armored, and I mean the archers and the slingers aren't very tired, which is a bonus, but they're not very armored, so it could be a slaughtered. But then again, I'm banking on that the enemy troops are so tired that they'll all be cut down. We can see some already leaving. They've sent in their ladies as well. I mean their archer ladies. Everyone's a lady here, or most of them. It's kind of an even fight at this point. Can you... I'll guess I can march them into fighting range to have these heavy ladies fight, right? And we do have the morale advantage. He fired on my bloody general there, the bastards. I mean, those flaming arrows did a lot, but maybe it would have been better to save it to later. These ones not too happy with their situation. I'm gonna pull them back just because. And then we're gonna spy this unit. This is a pretty long fight. What I would have done was pull my troops back, because a cavalry charge... The thing is, I'm not entirely sure my units would hold if I pull back the my queen and then charge the enemy in the rear. So I'm not entirely sure that that's doable. I see that I lose a lot of these archers. Oh no, they're shooting at the queen again. Bloody bastards. If she dies, yeah, look at that. The morale of my units are slowly breaking away.
Our general has fallen.
Damn it. Well, then there's... See if I can get her around then. It looks like we're losing then. I'm bringing the heavy infantry back to the forest. I need to get the enemy out in the open so that I can charge them down, but it looks like that's not going to be the case. I guess the only thing we can take away from this battle is that well, the enemy doesn't have any troops left either. We're gonna pull the ladies back towards the forest. And we're gonna see about taking the enemy on. They shake him. I can still maybe win this fight. They're lining up to actually face me, so we're not gonna charge into them. We're gonna charge into the ones that are engaged with my troops. Now back into fighting. Cycle charging is the name of the game. Okay, the archers are really weak. We could maybe spark a complete rout if we get them to run away. I can see a lot of the enemy's weak units are routing, but so are ours. One more charge. I mean, yeah, it's not looking good. It would be kind of crap if the mercenary men of Amazonia is the one unit that actually kind of is the last one on the field. Also, I can't really charge spear units. Those guys need to be broken over there with these mercenary Amazonians. And this one, we're turning it back and forwards. It's going back and forth. It's a shame that the queen died. We have 7 cavalry left, hitting these guys in the back. Oh, they're...
The battle is turning in our favor.
We have won! And just as the victory music started to play, like the world knew I was gonna win. Holy crap, we pulled off a victory. But it's a costly one. We lost the queen and we lost the entire army. Will I be able to replenish my army? And then the Crimeans being right in my doorstep, ready with their army coming against Leonidas at our capital. It's a hard fight. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this little showcase. And yeah, you know what? Go ahead and send me others if you've got something really good. I might be able to check it out. But yeah, this has been the showcase of the Amazonia mod. And as I always say, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye!